welcome to Perspective on Nimrod Television. I am Opeyemi Lasisi, and here with me is
Taiwo James AYENI. Welcome to the news.
So I'm going to be taking the headlines first. So yeah, from the perspective cuts across the world news, everything across the globe. Okay, so we have Assad regime collapses as rebels take Syrian capital. Reports of people trapped under a Syrian notorious prison. Donald Trump mass deportation scheme plans to end birthright citizenship. Tonga Prime Minister resigns ahead of no confidence vote.
Also, we have that anti-corruption war should begin with accountability from the top, says Obasanjo.
Okay.
Nigeria's economy, better days ahead, says Tinubu.
So, first off, to begin with, so I would be asking you, James, so what do you think about the Assad regime, what is happening in the capital of Syria, the rebels and all? What do you think about it? What's your perspective?
Actually, this is the biggest news in the world right now. It's the biggest news because this war has lasted for 13 or more years. Yes,
okay.
13 or more years. We have Bashar al-Assad, whose family is said to have ruled for more than 50 years.
Okay.
Fleeing into Russia now. This same al-Assad used chemical and nuclear weapons on his citizens. We have Hezbollah, we have Iran, we have Russia supporting al-Assad's brutality and high-handedness.
Okay.
But it's because nobody saw it coming. No analyst would have seen this, that al-Assad would be conquered and Damascus would be taken and that he would run to Russia to seek refuge.
True.
Nobody saw it coming. Nobody did. President al-Assad made a huge mistake. The mistake was that you are supposed to leave when the ovation, I think, is the loudest, right?
Yeah.
So the moment it seemed his governance, his government was not accepted by the people, his legitimacy as the president stopped. He should have left.
Okay.
But he stayed there and was wreaking havoc. In fact, to be attacking your people, your own people, with nuclear weapons, he went too far.
Okay.
He went too far.
Sure.
And now, I think what led to his fall, specifically, was that, look at his supporters. Talking about Russia. Russia is presently entangled in a war with Ukraine.
Okay.
Hezbollah has received several attacks from Israel. Iran also battling theirs. So all President al-Assad supporters are actually also engaged in their own wars and battles too. So they could not really pay attention. So he lost focus the day he said he would not leave power. 2011. Many lives lost in the process. Many things happened in the process. ISIS, and we have all other, terrorist group now making Syria their homes. So I think al-Assad should be brought to justice.
Okay.
Al-Assad should not just flee, he should be brought to justice.
Okay, so I would love to ask you a question concerning that, as al-Assad should be brought to justice. And from your own perspective, how do you think they should be brought to justice?
Al-Assad will be brought to justice if taken to the court.
Okay.
Yes. it can be taken to international courts.
So are you saying that the law is no respecter of persons?
Yes.
Even in the matter of Al-Assad?
Yes, because he committed genocide. And I'm really ashamed that Vladimir Putin is giving protection, support to such a person. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia.
Okay, so
because anything that makes a president, a so-called leader, to use nuclear weapons on his people, it's the height of it.
Okay, so
it's the height of it.
So your perspective now is that Al-Assad should be brought to
justice. He has to be brought to justice. Foremost, I must congratulate the rebels that they won, they took over the capital.
Okay.
Yes. I must congratulate. In fact, it was all celebrations, encomiums, and all in the news. In fact, I think that's the biggest news in the world now. You know, we have the rebels screaming Allahu Akbar and Allah is the greatest. You know that they've conquered Al-Assad, who has fled.
All right, that's a very good one and well detailed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ope. So. Opeyemi, on the news we have that we have reports of people trapped in a notorious prison in Syria.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Does this have anything to do with the whole war and the victory and all? What can you say about it?
Of course, it has something to do with the war.
Okay.
Yeah, it has something to do with the war, and of course, there are proper measures have been put in place to see to the fact that those people are rescued. Okay, and because it was said that they were detained in hidden underground cells. Yeah, and so a group of 5 emergency team has been deployed to the prison. And they were given a guide who knows how to maneuver his way around the underground hidden prison. So it's and Sayonara is one of the prisons to have been liberated as they took control of the country, and authorities in Damascus province reported that efforts were continuing to free prisoners, some of who were almost choking to death from lack of ventilation. Because, well, I really like the fact that they're putting in the effort to rescue them. They're not stopping at it. They're really going for them. So it's a very good one. And the fact that they even gave them a guide, because underground can be very serious.
Yes.
So if you don't know your way, you might even get lost. Then that will be a matter of the savior becoming the one we have to save, Yeah. So I think it's a very good one. So that's the update. Yeah. All right, so next in line, James, I would love you to say something about Donald Trump's mass deportation scheme plans to end birthright citizenship. What do you think about it? What's your perspective? Does it make sense to you?
President-elect Donald Trump has declared an unnecessary war. And I think it's too early to start warring neighboring countries, even your people.
Okay.
Because it gets to the peak if you've not assumed power, but you already have enemies. Just recently, he said he would increase the tariff for Canada and Mexico on all the goods coming in from there. And in his recent statement, he said, if those that why should they give them preference, or why should they give them, why should they show them a kind of favor, that if those countries want to be favored, that they should be part of the states. To me, that sounds ridiculous. Saying that a whole Canada and Mexico, should be part of the states if they want any favor. Yes.
How is it ridiculous? Okay.
It's ridiculous. You're saying a whole country should be subject, because I call it subjugation. You want to dominate them. That Canada should be under, or if they want any, it's wrong.
So you're saying he wants to dominate them and he's taking the wrong way to dominate?
No. The issue now is that you should see this countries, not as enemies, because they are all in North America. We have Canada in North America, Mexico is also in North America, and these two countries share border with the United States of America. So, talking about the deportation, the first statement he made, I think that was last week, he was saying that he was ready to use military assets for his deportation scheme. And during his campaign, he said he was going to launch the biggest in history, the biggest deportation scheme in history. Now, some Democratic Party mayors have said they would fight in, they would ensure that scheme doesn't work in their respective cities.
Okay.
Now, you saying that you would end the birthright citizenship that is embedded, enforced, found in the law of the United States of America would take a lot. A whole lot.
True.
It will take a whole lot. So to me, it is quite fallacious and it is strange to have President Donald Trump declaring war on this, war on that. It's as though he's coming to start a kind of uproar in the United States of America.
Yeah.
To me, rather than fighting tooth and nail saying he would deport, why not work on the immigration system? Ensuring that there is no more room for illegal immigrants or undocumented immigrants. People trying to run in from Mexico, trying to run in from, there means possible. So I think he should work on that. Not that he will be saying, oh, no to this, no to that. We declare war using military assets. In the United States of America, you are expected to respect the fact that it is a federal system. It's not a unitary system of government.
True.
So I think that we hold on that.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
Thank you.
That's a very good one.
Yeah.
So, okay, moving on to Tonga. Tonga Prime Minister resigns ahead of no confidence vote. I would say that he already knows that he was going to lose, which was why he resigned before the vote.
What if he knew his enemies were the one to cast the vote?
Well, it's still the same thing.
That's
he
true.
He knows that he was going to lose, which was why he resigned.
But could we say that it was due to his incompetence?
Well, from the updates we have, it's more like he loses this confidence, when you don't have the confidence in yourself that you can really do this, that you can really lead these people. I think it's better you accept defeat, which is most probably what he did.
Well, I feel, governance, when it comes to governance can be characterized by a whole lot of, worries and difficulties. Where we have, for example, you can have some people opposing your plans, and in a country where we have a strong system of checks and balance, there is no misuse of power, there is no room for dictatorship, and the rule of law is recognized, and also the rule of equality before the law is entrenched and enforced. It is very much possible that what you want to do to make a country move forward is pulled back, stymied, stopped by some set of people who are not of the same interest with you. So I would not be fast to say that it was due to his incompetence or lack of confidence in what he said he would do. Yes.
Okay, if you say you do not agree with the fact that it is not incompetence and lack of the confidence in what he says he would do, so what do you think is the cause? Why do you think he resigned before the vote of no confidence?
For example, let me give you an instance. South Korean president escaped impeachment.
Okay, yeah, true.
Why did it happen? It happened, he escaped impeachment because his loyalists were not on seat to cast their votes. So the votes were not enough to decide on his impeachment. So that's what I want you to know, that in a system of government, you will always have loyalists and you will always have people who are against you.
True.
So in a situation where you have your loyalists more than people who are against you, you will always thrive.
Well,
you will always
I
thrive.
will take that from your perspective.
Okay.
But I will stay on my own point that he already knows he was going to lose.
Okay.
And that was why he resigned.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we have anti-corruption war. That anti-corruption war should begin, and it should begin from the top. Anti-corruption, accountability must begin at the top. And this was said by the ex-president of Nigeria, President Olusegun Obasanjo, talking about accountability. I think he's talking about the fact that the leaders must be a model, must be a kind of, they must set examples for others to follow. And right? So he's saying that it should start from the top. What do you think? Do you agree with him?
Yeah. I do.
That we lead by examples?
Yes, we lead by example. You know, you lead from the top. If you're telling people to be punctual, let's see the punctuality in you first. Yeah.
How about I think the system of government also sometimes, before we attack issues, I'm trying to be logical now.
Okay.
Some issues are best attacked from the grassroots.
Okay.
I think if we can start, this is my opinion anyway, if we can start ensuring accountability works in our local governments, our constituents, our ministries.
Okay.
Ministry for this and that, because we have so many dormant ministries in Nigeria. They will say they are to provide water, resources, and whatever. And if you get there today, nothing is going on there. So I think if we can start from the grassroots, it will affect the state. From the state, it will reach the top.
Well, you know, like you said, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I would say that it should start from the top, because if the president of, take for instance, the president of Nigeria is given, is being accountable to everything he did in a whole month, how would you, a minister, not be accountable? If the president can be accountable, why would the minister not be accountable? In fact, there is nothing you can do. You just have to be accountable because the president is accountable. So I feel it will be effective from the top.
So it still boils down to the fact that we lead by example. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, we have that Nigeria's economy. Sorry, I had to laugh. President Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, Nigeria's economy is booming and there are better days ahead. What can you say about this?
Well, Nigeria economy is booming, better days ahead. I think I'll go with the better days ahead. But with the fact that Nigeria's economy is booming, you know, so with the fact that Nigeria's economy is booming, I would say the statement sounds so fallacious, you know. It sounds so unreal, because looking at things, I mean, ever since President Tinubu was appointed, you know, it has been, Nigeria has gone from bad to worse.
Oh my God.
Yes, it has gone from bad to worse. I mean, you know, from hikes in fuel prices to food getting overcost. You can't even afford a 3-day meal.
No.
Not even two.
No.
You can't even afford two. That's how bad things are, you know. And, you know, Naira just depreciating with no value and all. So I would say maybe, you know, the president spoke from his own perspective. So I'm speaking from the perspective of
what is obvious,
Nigerians, right? What is obvious, what I see, what I go through, what we all face.
Okay, but you know, when these people talk, I think they use some indices, they use some parameters.
Okay.
Probably the president was talking from the indices, you know, placed before him, shown to him that, oh, there's a growth here, and it's just being positive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still from his own, like that. He spoke from his own perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
when I thought about it, whether it was shown, whatever I saw, he spoke from his own perspective.
Okay.
So that's all we have for you on Perspective on Nimrod TV. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.
I am Taiwo James Ayeni. Next time.